Imagine being one of the most famous women in the world. For decades, you've been the symbol of rebellion, sexuality, and eternal reinvention. And then, the internet notices a wrinkle. Suddenly, headlines scream, "Madonna looks unrecognizable." A photo circulates, memes explode, and people debate not her music, but her face. Why do we do this? Why are we so obsessed with the way stars age or don't age? And why do celebrities from Madonna to Hollywood's endless list of frozen foreheads fight the process like it's the ultimate career-ending villain? Beneath the Botox and tabloid gossip lies something deeper, our collective fear of aging. Not just theirs, ours.
There's a mama in my head.
Let's start with Madonna. For over 40 years, she has been the pop culture shapeshifter. The material girl, the queen of controversy, the woman who pushed boundaries on religion, sexuality, fashion, you name it. Reinvention was her superpower. But in recent years, that reinvention took a turn. Social media users started pointing out her surgeries, fillers, and the fact that she, heaven forbid, looks heritage sometimes and sometimes not. The internet turned her into a punchline. Here's the irony. Madonna is still performing, still selling out arenas, still outworking half the industry. Yet her appearance is treated as her biggest cultural story. It's as if we collectively decided, yes, Madonna, you can be bold, scandalous, political, but don't you dare get old in front of us. And Madonna is hardly alone. Think about Hollywood's obsession with eternal youth. Tom Cruise doing stunts in his 60s, Cher declaring, "If I could turn back time," and entire red carpets full of faces pulled tighter than drum skins. In show business, the rules are brutal. Aging equals invisibility. Women especially. Once you pass a certain age, you risk being cast not as the heroine, but as the mom. Or worse, the mom's mom. So celebrities cling to youth because their livelihood depends on it. Aging isn't just personal, it's professional. But here's where it gets interesting. We don't just watch this happen. We participate. We click on the before and after photos. We share the memes. We create the demand that keeps plastic surgeons busier than ever. It's like a collective performance. Stars try to look forever young, and we pretend to be shocked when they fail. Why does this obsession exist at all? Well, celebrities are basically society's mirrors. They reflect our deepest desires and anxieties, only in high definition. When we laugh at Madonna's face, we're not just laughing at her. We're wrestling with our own fear of what we'll look like at 50, 60, or 70. Because let's be honest, aging is terrifying. It's not just wrinkles. It's the reminder that time is moving, that our bodies decay, and ultimately, that we're mortal. Psychologists call this mortality salience. When we're reminded of death, even indirectly, like through aging, we get anxious. And to cope, we find distractions. Anti-aging creams, gym memberships, or projecting all of it onto celebrities. Madonna's face becomes a battlefield where our society fights with death itself. And this isn't new. Humans have always been terrified of aging. Ancient Chinese emperors drank mercury elixirs for immortality. Medieval alchemists hunted for the philosopher's stone. Silicon Valley tech bros today pay millions to reverse their biological age with blood transfusions and bizarre diets. Different costumes, same play. The beauty industry just monetized it better. Today, it's a trillion-dollar market. Anti-wrinkle serums, laser treatments, youthful glow foundations. They don't sell you a product, they sell you the fantasy of control over time. And celebrities? They're the perfect advertisements. When a 65-year-old star looks 40, we think, maybe I can too. Of course, the pressure isn't equal. Male celebrities are often allowed to age into distinguished silver foxes. George Clooney, Jeff Goldblum. Aging actually boosts their charm. Meanwhile, Madonna gets roasted for doing what male stars also do, manipulating her appearance. It's a double standard baked deep into culture. Women's value is tied to youth and beauty, men's to power and status. That's why Madonna's wrinkles are news, but Mick Jagger's aren't. This isn't just unfair. It's telling. Because it shows how much society links femininity to being visually pleasing, forever young, forever beautiful. Aging disrupts that script, and people don't know how to handle it. But let's zoom in on the psychology. Why are we so afraid of aging in the first place? First, there's the loss of identity. Our culture worships youth as the ultimate stage of life: freedom, beauty, potential. Aging means leaving that club. Second, there's loss of control. You can work hard, earn money, buy status symbols, but you can't bargain with time. Wrinkles arrive whether you deserve them or not. And third, there's the big one: death. Aging is a countdown clock that ticks louder every year. We try not to think about it, but it's always there, humming in the background like a low-grade anxiety soundtrack. So when Madonna fights aging, we see our own struggle externalized. Her face becomes a screen where we project our own inner battles. Here's the funny thing: youth itself isn't even that stable. Think about how quickly cultural definitions of beauty change. In the 90s, it was ultra-thin. In the 2010s, it was the Kardashian hourglass. Now it's shifting again. So Madonna, or anyone chasing eternal youth, isn't even chasing one fixed target. They're running after a moving finish line. It's like trying to catch a horizon. You never get there. And the harder you chase it, the more obvious the chase becomes. But here's the hopeful part: things might be slowly changing. There's a growing movement toward aging gracefully. Older actresses like Frances McDormand and Helen Mirren are celebrated for embracing their wrinkles. Social media has communities that celebrate pro-age beauty. And some younger generations are openly rejecting the anti-aging obsession. Instead of pretending time doesn't exist, they're reframing it. Each wrinkle, a story; each year, a badge. Of course, that's easier said than done when society still rewards looking 25 forever. But the conversation is shifting. So what do we do with Madonna? Maybe instead of mocking her for clinging to youth, we should recognize the bigger picture. She's carrying society's fear on her shoulders. She's doing in public what most of us try to do in private: fight the inevitable. And maybe the real rebellion, the real boundary-pushing act, is not trying to look young forever, but daring to look your age. After all, time wins every battle. But maybe, just maybe, the trick isn't to fight it. It's to stop pretending the fight was winnable in the first place.
There's a llama in my head, wearing sun.